What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I have to say it every time.
Yes.
Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
Till the end of time, or until we retire.
No.
Big week this past week in the world of Schmoedown.
Yeah.
Oof.
Tournaments in full swing.
Mm-hmm. Brackets being announced.
And not being announced.
And not being announced. Yes, that's right. So, before we get into these matches, let's quickly go over, and if we can find the
oh, God. How embarrassing. Well, okay. So,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, wait, no.
You
Hold
have
on. I already downloaded these.
You already downloaded? Oh, nice.
Hold on, everybody. I think I put them. Where did I put them? In my
Downloaded folder.
Twitter. There we go.
Okay, so we got brackets for the Innergeekdom Tournament and the Star Wars Tournament. We don't know when they start.
Innergeekdom starts
this week. Star Wars, we have yet to know when the start date is for that.
Yeah,
because certain matches have to happen first. But let's go over the Innergeekdom match really quick. So the left side of the bracket.
So we got Robert Parker of the Dungeon, Jesse Swift of the Mercs,
which we will be going over.
Which we're going over in this episode. And then also Paulo Yama of Swag versus Ethan Irwin of The Usual Suspects. That happens this week.
I am so excited for that because Ethan Irwin makes his Innergeekdom debut. And after what happened this past week.
Yeah, man. Ethan's a beast, so you never know. I mean, it's kind of like IG, okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he likes Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
let's see if this is an unexpected triple threat for you guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Exactly. And then on the other side of the bracket, we got Chance Ellison of Corruption versus Moose Haas of the Finstock Exchange.
That's going to be a very good one. And Corruption on Exchange is always fun to see.
Yes. Oh, yes. Shannon and Gucci. Yes. I feel like we haven't seen Gucci in a while. So
yeah, it's been a while because they haven't been playing all our matches.
I'm looking forward to seeing him because he's always fun to have around. And then we've got Saul of the Den coming off of a hard TKO. So, he's going to be hungry.
In a number one contender match, yeah, he's going to be real hungry.
He's going up against Brandon Hanna of the Stars.
And this is a rematch. Of the last Innergeekdom first round match that Hanna just edged out Saul.
Did he?
Saul. I keep saying Saul for that first round.
Brandon won that one?
Brandon won on one and went on to face Alex Damon.
Word. That's right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a couple,
the two that I'm really looking forward to.
Oyama Irwin. And Ellison. Well, there's not one that I'm not, out of the three left that have yet to happen that we have yet to see. There's reasons I'm looking forward to all three of them. So, we as the fans win.
Yeah.
Then
Star
Wars.
Two brackets that got released because
there's two realities, alternate realities.
So whoever wins the match between me and Thomas Harper, the obviously winner gets the title, but the loser goes into the Star Wars tournament.
Yes. So the first one that I have here would be if Thomas were to win, and on the left side of the bracket, this one, not surprisingly, is the same for both brackets because obvious. We've got Alex Damon of the Stars versus Molly Damon of the Dungeon.
Damon on Damon.
That's a given.
It's going to be good.
I did not think that would change regardless of anything that happened in the world ever. Then we've got oh God, I just got a nervous pang in my stomach just looking at this. I forgot. Joseph Scrimshaw of Corruption versus Nicki Dimalanta of the Suspects.
So we get a Dimalanta
Scrimshaw
rematch of sorts?
Not even close. No.
But we get another match with Dimalanta Scrimshaw, but it's not the one we saw before.
And then, like we said, in this outcome, if Harper were to win, that means that on the right side of the bracket, we've got Andrew Dimalanta of the Quirky Mercs versus Ross. I'm not sure how you say his last name. I don't know if the T is silent or not, but Ross, it's either Arsenault or Arsenault. I don't know.
I imagine it is.
Ross from nowhere. I believe he was drafted, came in from the FCL, representing the Den. And
No, they picked him up in free agency.
My bad. No, yeah, from the FCL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You said drafted.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I thought you. Okay, I'm with you. No. I'm here. I'm with you. And then below that, we've got Laura Kelly of Swag versus Gold Leader of the Finstock Exchange.
Ooh. Gold Leader coming off of the tournament final loss, or Kelly coming off of a title match loss.
Both, I'm sure, looking to reclaim some glory. And then the other possibility would be if Andrew were to defend on the left side of the bracket, what, Alex and Molly? What? Below that, we've got Laura Kelly of Swag versus Eric Whiteley of the Mercs. That's
a tough out.
That's a tough go for Eric there, but you never know. You never know.
We saw crazy things happen in last year's tournament.
Yeah.
So.
And then on the right side of the bracket, you would have Thomas Harper of the Den versus Joseph Scrimshaw of Corruption.
Oh, that's going to be a good one if that happens.
That would be a wow.
Yeah, that'd be something.
And then below that is Nicki Dimalanta of the Usual Suspects versus Gold Leader of the Finstock Exchange.
So what the takeaway that everybody should be excited for, especially certain fans of this show, is that you are in the tournament. You have I'm excited, but I also feel bad for Marie.
I also feel bad for that's true, because Marie is phenomenal. And yes, I do. I also do. She's phenomenal. She is the most recent Dragon Con winner. She's amazing.
Yes.
So yeah, I do feel bad. I understand. I would have understood either decision. Yeah. To be honest, I also feel bad for me.
Be honest.
Neither of those matchups are easy.
They were tough decisions for a lot of factors, because obviously Ace is not in the tournament now.
Exactly.
He had 2 matches in one. No, he got one out of match tournament. No, he only played in tournaments this season.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he had one outside of a tournament.
Yeah, so he played in the first tournament and he lost to Thomas Harper in the second round.
Right.
And now his season's over, unless
you never know.
Unless there is one out of tournament match, and it's between, just to pad their records, it'd be Ace Carrera versus Marie Wilson.
Since we haven't seen them in a bit.
So we haven't seen them in a bit, and they're not in the tournament. And it's like, let's try to get them one match just to keep them fresh in everybody's mind. Right. I would like to see that happen. Just because, cool. It was a shock to me. I was like, who's Winston going to go with?
Yeah.
Golden Boy Ace, who won the tournament last year, or someone who just competed for the title.
Right.
And wants another stab at it. So, yeah, that was, I think, the two big, that was the one big shock. I was like, whoa, okay, so Ace is not in it, and Nicki gets put in the, so thanks, Sam.
Thanks. So yeah, these are some pretty stacked brackets.
Yeah, and we knew we were gonna get the Damon on Damon. I don't think that was one
that was a given, regardless of anything.
Wasn't gonna change regardless, because everybody wants to see it.
Yeah, and why not just give it to him in round 1?
Yeah.
So why not? If you can, smoke him if you got him.
And Molly's pretty much the only one's like, yeah, give me Alex. I'll take him on the round 1. I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yep. So that'll be fun.
What you wish for, I guess.
Everyone looking forward to that. What I'm interested to see is that I know everyone's been asking is like, will they compete in the same room? Will they compete in different rooms?
I mean, it wouldn't.
I think it would be fun if they were in the same room.
Yeah.
Molly says she would use the opportunity to mess with him. I mean, if you're in studio, you're sitting next to each other. If anyone's like, oh, they're too close to each other, it's like they sit next to each other in the studio.
It'd be the same thing
as long as you're not like on top of each other.
If we went up against each other, it's like I think we can make it work. We're in this room.
I think so. I mean, as long as you write on your board like this, and you're not like
we can scoot our chairs over to the actual middle of the desk, and we would be far enough. We'd be the same distance.
It's something we don't have to worry about, because it's not going to happen for me. So don't worry, guys. The logistics.
I talked about this on Spin from the Reels. My boyfriend Spin from the Reels. We talked about this. It's like it would be a dream for both of us to make it spectacular. I would love to see that happen.
I got bad news for you, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Anyways, so those are the announced brackets.
Yeah.
Still awaiting the singles bracket, because I think the only outcome we were waiting for was the pay-per-view this past week, because the loser of that went into the tournament. I don't know. Anyways, but it's a gigantic singles.
What?
You were confusing me.
I just blacked out. What were you talking
No,
about?
because we haven't got the singles or teams bracket announced just yet.
Right.
And the singles tournament's been going on. It's like, so where's the bracket? Unless we missed it.
I don't think we missed it.
We did.
Yeah, I was surprised that we've seen matches already, but no bracket online. Don't think we missed it.
But it's a gigantic tournament, so.
And have the teams already...
No, teams.
No, because because we're seeing. Wait. Lightning
Time has to go up against Final Exam.
Because they just beat
Danger Zone.
Right.
And
that's not a tournament match, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a number one contender
And
match.
I imagine the winner of this little gauntlet that goes on to face Shazam for the titles aren't able to go into the tournament.
I would imagine. So that would mean that Lightning
Unless-
Time versus Final Exam.
Unless it's the same thing where it's like they're holding off on the team's tournament just because, you know.
Well, that hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
So it's, it's whatever.
I imagine, I don't know, depending on when things happen, I'm pretty sure all the teams will be available except for the champions.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for, because there's only really one faction that is like, oh, who do you put in? Corruption? Yeah. Corruption or deception.
Yeah, that's a tough choice.
And my choice is corruption.
I mean, yeah.
The way Chance is playing right now, come on now.
Yeah, that was quite the performance.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do things.
Let's get into the first match of last week.
We got IG. A round 1 IG tournament match.
Ooh.
We've got Jesse the Jackal Swift of the Mercs versus Robert the Spider Parker of the Dungeon.
Coming off of a disappointing loss to a number one contender match against Chandru Dandapani.
Parker?
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm. So it always sucks to be like, who I got to face? Okay, but he did what the last time he went out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to face the spider when he's angry and hungry for another title run.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no,
a run to get to the title.
This was a tough matchup, but seeding is seeding.
Yeah.
So, round one.
So
Jesse missed a question about Star Trek 6 and then something about Rosamund Pike and surrogates.
Mm-hmm.
Robert, very not surprisingly, got a perfect round and got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, it was 8-11 in favor of Porker. Round 2, Jesse goes first. He spins away from dystopian future and time travel and gets Marvel.
Okay.
It's pretty broad though.
Yeah.
Multiple choice. One time he missed it and it did get stolen. Parker goes. He spins Wizarding World.
I think he likes that.
He gets a perfect round 2. Apparently so.
Yeah.
16-22 in favor of Parker. Round 3. 2-pointer for Jesse. Indiana Jones. Allison Duty. What a name.
Duty.
Has a role in what film? The Last Crusade?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. 3 kudos to the question reader for not reacting to that. 3-pointer for Jesse. I'm an adult. Alien and Predator.
Toots.
And what?
Man Toots.
What's that?
From Scrubs. When after JD and oh my god, what's his girlfriend's name? After they have Sam.
Oh, that's later on.
This is the last season, and he meets who is it? The chief of medicine at his girlfriend's his baby mama's
I'm already
hospital.
I'm lost.
And his name is Man Toots.
Don't remember that at all.
But me and Man Toots hit it off, and he asked me to be the residency director, and that's what his reason for leaving Sacred Heart, and that's why the show ends.
I don't acknowledge anything past Scrubs season whatever, that one where they had the
the med school. That was that was supposed to be an entirely new show that they're like, and it failed epically.
Yeah, I don't acknowledge that as
it only
Scrubs
lasted
at all.
one season. It's like, so it's the 9th season or the 8th? It's the 9th season. It's like, no, it's not.
No, I guess okay. So the only Scrubs canon for me is seasons 1 through 8.
Scrubs Medical School.
Nah,
it's a
screw that
completely
show.
new show.
No, no. 3-pointer for Jesse. Alien and Predator. In how many films of the Alien franchise does Michael Fassbender appear?
Ooh, fantastic.
2. He got it.
Mm-hmm.
5-pointer for Jesse. All comes down to this. In Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Harry first encounters Gilderoy Lockhart during a book signing at what location in Diagon Alley?
You're making that up.
Yep.
I had no idea about Harry Potter.
You missed it. It was Flourish and Blots. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had to Google it a little bit.
Flourish.
With that, 21-22 in favor of Parker, taking home a TKO to the dungeon.
That sucks. I mean, it's not like Jesse was it was a good showing.
He didn't get savaged.
Yeah,
it was just he got a hard fiver.
Yeah, the TKO came down to the 5. That's all it really boiled down to.
Granted, had he gotten his 5 and avoided the TKO, I'm going to go ahead and guess Parker was batting a perfect game plus a steal. I'm going to go ahead and guess he probably still would have won.
Yeah.
So when you're going up against a brick wall like that in round 1,
yeah,
there's not really much for you to do.
Yeah, every little small slip ups you have in the first round and the steal, it just added up.
Yeah.
And
2 misses in round 1 plus a steal in round 2.
But you look at Jesse's performance, and this is probably the best he's played out of his 3 outings. So, and you is another player where you can track the improvement through each match that he's played. So I imagine that he'll keep doing that and continue to improve more and going into next season. So unfortunately, I don't think we see Jesse again because this was the last go, and I don't think he gets another out of tournament match. Yeah, unfortunately,
I'm not sure about that because I feel like with Star Wars, the pool of players is smaller, so I feel like it's more plausible to maybe get a freestanding match that's not tournament. But for IG, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I could be totally talking out of my butt here,
unless you're setting things up for next season for number 1 contender matches and stuff like that outside of the tournament. But I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to get another match for Jesse down the road. But like I said, continue to study, continue to work, build for next season. And if you do get that outside of tournament match, then you can pad your stats, pad your resume for next season.
Exactly. Parker, though, looking strong.
I mean, we kind of expected it because...
Yeah, I didn't expect anything different. And
I can totally see Parker and Saul on a collision course to the final. I can totally see that. Two guys that just like this close. Or this close.
Well, yeah, because on that side of the bracket, now you have Robert Parker advancing, and then below him you've got Oyama and Ethan, 2 players who undeniably are
great,
amazing, but the specialty division is not their main division. So you never know, but this is not their main division. So there is a decent chance that Parker advances to the finals. There is also a chance that he doesn't because
we saw it last year.
I mean, Ethan Irwin, Paul Oyama, 2,
yeah, we'll get to it.
Well, 2 former champions of the game. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Singles champions.
Amazing at this game. A lot of this game, undeniably, especially for a specialty division, is the knowledge, but there's also the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, gameplay has a lot to do more with the IG. Out of the 2 specialty divisions, strategy, gameplay plays a lot in the IG.
Yeah, and, so
it's just a little bit more. The questions are just slightly more focused on the movies that you're being asked. That's the biggest difference between the 2 divisions.
You don't count Oyama or Irwin out just because they're going up against Parker. They are 2,
absolutely,
I don't know, juggernauts of the Schmoedown. So even though it might not be their main division, you might not want to count them out. So, but it does seem like Parker has
he's a fire.
He's got a fire lit. He played a perfect game. He didn't even have to touch round 3.
Just don't say that you're not gonna miss a question again.
That didn't work out well last time. I definitely wouldn't make a guarantee like that.
We've learned our lesson in the past. We don't tempt the Schmoedown gods.
If I were Parker, I probably wouldn't say that. I'd be like, you know what?
Play your game. Let your game do the talking.
I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna do what I do best, and watch me. That kind of thing. Yeah. So we'll see what happens because weird things could happen on this left side of the bracket. Yeah. You never know.
Unexpected things could happen because it happened to Parker last time. A player that their instinct, their first game division, their special division wasn't IG.
Right.
It's singles.
And when you got 3 big names, granted they're big in their own respective divisions, but 3 huge names on that left side of the bracket. So I'm interested to see how things play out.
It's going to be fun.
So moving on, we've got, this is a singles tournament match.
Yes, it is.
We've got the Aussie Jacob Blunden of Corruption versus William the Beast Bibiani of the Quirky Marks.
One half of the team's title holders.
Exactly. And one thing that I did think was very funny about this match was that Jacob tweeted at Bibbs, and he said something along the lines of like, "Hey man, if I'm some rookie, this is my first go around, blah blah blah. What happens to your legacy if I beat you?" And Bibbs retweeted it like, "Oh my God, what does happen to my legacy if he beats me?"
Yeah, and I kind of always hate kind of trash talk like that because what happens to his legacy? It's like nothing.
That's nothing. He's still accomplished what he's accomplished.
Yeah, you doesn't erase everything because look what happened to Dan Murrell. That same year, Dan Murrell gets TKO'd by Andrew Guy. It hurt his, it's like, oh my God, what's happening to the GOAT?
Yeah, immediately after it was like, oh no, but is Dan Murrell struggling right now? I think he's okay with his legacy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, come on, because I believe that same year he goes on to be in contention for the belt yet again. So it's like it would hurt in that moment. It would talk about it for a month or two, and then you see him again in contention not too long after that. So.
One loss typically is not going to tarnish your legacy. Yeah. But I get it. It's trash talk. It's fun. It's lighthearted. But I just thought that was a really funny retweet. She was like, "Oh my god, what does happen?" So classic
Bibiani humor.
1. Oh yeah, round 1. Bibbs missed a movie release date question, which is.
This is what knocked him out.
Yeah. Crazy, because that's how it went down in the free-for-all with Blunden getting a movie release date right. Jacob got a perfect round and got the bonus.
Good for him.
So by the end of round 1, it was 7-9 in favor of Jacob. And it's like, oh, wow. Oh, boy. This is probably not what a lot of people were expecting.
You start from here and go, oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Round 2. Jacob spins away from the 1990s. He gets young adult adaptations. He goes to multiple choice twice. Got them both. But... then he had a big old 2-point miss that did get stolen.
Yep.
Huge.
4-point swing right there.
Bibbs goes. He quickly spins away from movie release date.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, you're showing your cards." It's like, no. This is pretty been like we know that
unless you're Ben Bateman or Scott Mance, you're probably not like.
And that's the thing, and we'll talk about this when we get to the pay-per-view about the the whole flow of the game and the whole all the talking and the code words and we'll get to it, but yeah.
Was spinning around too?
We're spinning around too. Just the flow of the game overall, how different it is from digital.
True. When he spins away, he gets Kevin Hart. Why did I write first question cake with a question mark?
Oh, because
oh, right. Yes.
Do you know the concept of the new Jumanji friend, like the reboot?
Sure
the
don't.
Soft reboot. So instead of it being a board game, it's like an old school like Atari type of console game.
Oh, we're modernizing it a bit.
Yeah. So instead of the card, not the card, but the board game coming to life in our realm.
They get sucked into
the video game, and then they have all these stats and weakness. And Kevin Hart's character is like, weakness, cake. It's like, what happens if I eat cake? I explode. So then he eats cake bread, and it's like, does that count? And then he explodes. Or something
cake
like that.
Bread.
Cake bread.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm not a baker.
Is that a real? Okay.
Bakers out there, cake bread. Describe it, please.
I'm gonna Google that later. I mean, I'm sure it's exactly what it sounds like, but it doesn't. That
it was on a YouTube clip thing that was promoting the movie. It's like cake bread, and it's like, oh no, and he explodes and he loses his life.
But so the reason I wrote that was because when Bibiani answered it, he said cake.
Oh yeah,
almost
that's right.
with like a question mark at the end, and we noticed that there are definitely some reverberations coming from that Kevin Smith match with Scary Movie 3.
Added to the rule book
because William answered the question almost with what sounded like a question mark at the end. They're like, "Is that your final answer, bro?" He's like, yeah, no, cake, definitively cake. Mm-hmm. So, and it definitely, that happened again with the, pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. I respect the hell out of how quickly they adopted this with Mark didn't even skip a beat to be like, is that your final answer? Mm-hmm. Or I don't know if he asked for final answer, but he was like, can you please say it without, or was it Christian?
No, so what you're thinking was happened in the match against Ethan and Dan. This one, they said, okay, yeah, correct. But then Christian quickly was like, yes. please don't answer your question.
That's right.
Answer the questions in the form of a question. This is in jeopardy.
Right. So yeah, no, but I love the fact that they just so quickly we're like, we're gonna nip this right in the butt.
We don't.
That's not gonna be an issue again. Yeah. So that's why I wrote cake
adapt
with a question mark.
Situations come up like that. We adapt.
Situations change. Circumstances. Oh shit! Damn it! So embarrassed. And then he goes to multiple choice twice. Got both of them. By the end of round 2, oh boy, the tables have turned.
Oh, how the turns have tabled.
What's that from? I always hear people say that.
I don't know.
Oh boy, 13 to 15 in favor.
I think it's from Office.
Bielbs. I think it's something like that.
The Office, yeah.
One of those types of, all of those same types of show. Yeah. Parks and Rec, The Office. Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get into those shows. Sorry.
Potato.
Sorry.
Am I right?
I just couldn't. I tried getting into Parks and Rec is more up my alley.
No,
I could never get into it.
I could get more into The Office. Parks and Rec.
Really?
I tried to watch
it was the other way around for me. I could never really get into The Office.
I tried to watch a couple and I was just like, I feel like those types of shows that rely so heavily on like
breaking the fourth wall and
staring awkwardly into the camera, really, really forced awkward silences and like those looks into the camera.
I think
it's just
what's his name's character, the main guy.
Which one? Which show?
The Office.
Jim?
No, the other one.
Dwight?
No. Well, he was
Michael?
Michael.
The boss.
The boss, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the awkward humor, where it's so awkward
that you're just like,
it's like I just couldn't get into that. I think
that's the way I felt about Parks and Rec.
No, Parks and Rec I really liked. I just couldn't, for some reason it didn't hook me enough to get, because I watched at least the first halfway for the first season.
Yeah.
And I just didn't. It was like Breaking Bad. I started the final season and just didn't continue for some reason. Like, I still haven't finished Breaking Bad.
I feel like somebody told me one time that Parks and Rec, I'm sure that there's at least somebody out there who is dying that I'm talking about Parks and Rec like this, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It might be one of our friends.
No, you know, our friends like The Office.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, no, I know they do, but I feel like somebody out there might like Parks and Rec.
Our other
and I do
friend might like
apologize.
Parks and Rec.
I do apologize. But I feel like somebody told me one time, I could be thinking of the wrong show, but I feel like somebody was like, you just got to get through the first season. That's always a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Like I gotta force myself through a whole
four
season.
episodes. If it doesn't get me in 4 episodes, then it's like, all right, I'll pass.
But then again, I think about Scrubs. If I ever do a rewatch of Scrubs, I always skip the first season.
You need to, next time we go through a Scrubs watch through, you have to rewatch the first season, because there's a lot of great episodes that you
probably forgot about.
Yeah.
And then also, if I ever rewatch Friends, usually always skip the first season.
Same thing. There's some great episodes within the first season that you're forgetting about because you just skip it when you do a rewatch.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I can't talk too much crap because even with those shows, I'm like, yeah, no, the first season isn't my favorite, so I can't really use that as an argument.
Yeah, that's says for any show.
At least I'm self-aware, right, ladies?
Anyways,
moving on.
Sorry.
How do we get in
I have no idea.
Awkward pauses.
Oh, how the table turns the
Oh,
table.
there you go.
That's from The Office, I believe.
Yeah, no.
I think so.
That premise for it's a lot after a while. It's like, oh, okay, how many times can we stare into the camera and be awkward?
Yeah.
I get it.
But so many memes come out of those shows, so
they do. It's true. I'm just being a jerk right now, probably.
She said.
13 to 15 in favor of Bibbs. Round 3, 2-pointer for Jacob. Action adventure. Who plays store owner Zeus Carver in Die Hard with a Vengeance? Samuel L. Jackson.
No, I can't stop yelling.
That's how I talk.
You ain't never seen my movies?
Got it. 2-pointer for Bibbs. 90s. Norm Macdonald. Haven't heard that name in a while. Bridget Wilson, Bradley Whitford, and Chris Farley appear in what 1995 Adam Sandler movie? Billy Madison. Got it.
Please tell me you've seen Billy Madison.
The golf one?
No, that's telling you. No? Yeah? I always get them confused.
Billy Madison, the golf one?
Yes, I think that
Where
is.
like he fights with Bob Barker?
Yes.
Haven't seen it. I'm just aware that it's
been
about
a long
golf.
time since I've seen that one.
I'm just vaguely aware that I think it's about golf. But no, I don't think I've seen it.
No, Billy Madison is the other one.
Billy Madison's the one where he goes to school.
Yes. That's
the one with, you got to pee your pants.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Please tell me you've seen that
I've seen parts of it.
That's one of my favorite.
And the one with, Mama said that the crocodile, alligator so ornery, they got all their teeth and no toothbrush. That's Waterboy. Okay. I've seen bits and parts of some of these Adam Sandler movies, but I don't think I've seen them the whole way through. Oh boy. Awkward into the camera look, a la The Office. Yeah, no, I don't. No,
you ain't cool.
Wait.
Unless you pee your
Which
pants.
one is the one with golf?
It's
with Bob Barker.
Wow, why can't I think of it right now?
Yeah, because Billy Madison is the one where he goes to school. The Water Boys, when he's the alligator, he's got all them teeth. My mama said.
It'll come to me eventually. Let's move on.
How embarrassing! Somebody will put it in the comments.
This is why I'm a
maybe.
Star Wars competitor.
Yeah, let's not waste any brain cells here. 3-pointer for Jacob. Biopics. Who was nominated for Best Actor for his role in a 2018 film?
Wow.
At Eternity's Gate.
Speaking of wasting brain cells.
About the final years of painter Vincent van Gogh's life. Willem Dafoe. Got it. 3-pointer for Bibbs. Thrillers. What 2005 thriller from director Robert Schwenke follows a woman whose daughter vanishes on an international flight and then everyone denies the girl was on the plane? That's terrifying. That's a terrifying premise. Flight Plan? Got it. Never heard of it. 5-pointer for Jacob. Rom-coms. What 1994 romantic comedy has the tagline? That's a rough go.
Oh, yeah. Taglines are always hard.
5 good reasons to stay single. The answer was 4 weddings and a funeral. Unfortunately, he missed it. You want to know a lesson I learned from that 5-pointer? Don't Google 5 good reasons to stay single and leave it at that.
Type in film from
because he
90s
used
film or something.
he used a couple of JTEs, I think, but I was like, ooh, I need to know what the answer is before he answers because I need to see if he's right because it all hinges on this answer, right?
Yeah.
So I Googled 5 good reasons to stay single. Enter. And my phone's like, you want to join this dating website? All these great reasons to stay single. And I'm like, oh no, it's a good thing my husband was right here to see organically what just happened. So I made sure I put movie tagline at the end of it, and I got it. Anyways, that's in my search history now. So 8.
I promise. Looking up a movie title. I promise. He
was right there when it happened. With that, he missed it. So with that, 18-20 in favor of Bibbs, taking it home and advancing to the next round.
Good match, man. Very good match. And
Happy Gilmore.
That's it.
That's the one.
Thank you.
I did it. We got there.
Got there eventually.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, but I was like, it was a little worrisome. It was like, oh man, business is one question, and what happens if they both go perfect the rest of the way?
Kind of scary.
And then the 2 points still happens. Like, yep, that's why you don't bet against Bibiani.
Well, and that's why it's not over until it's over.
Exactly.
Because I feel like there's probably so many people out there that saw that one miss in round 1, and everybody's so used to so many perfect rounds nowadays that they're like, oh, Bibbs is done. It's like, what? Well, first of all, I can't prove that anybody actually said that. Maybe nobody did. Yeah. But if they did, it's like, back up. All right.
What?
Yeah, no. It ain't over until it's over. But Blunden, he's the real
he's
deal.
Good. He's very good. It's just, unfortunate, and he got real shook by it too because he's like, oh, nope, that's it.
You could tell that he was real knocked off by that.
Yeah, and you can kind of see where he falters a little bit because, like, not like 90s era kind of give him a little bit of trouble here and there.
The young adult spinning round 2.
Yeah, and it was just, it sucks when you're on the other side of that and like you give up a steal and that's really where it ends for you, sort of. But yeah, but he's a good player, man.
Oh yeah,
like that's, and I like how their shirts repping their free for all moments.
Yeah, they did.
the
right.
XXX5X.
Yeah.
So it was a good match. I really like, and Jacob is a real threat for next season.
Heck yeah, when you can go toe to toe with Bibiani. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, Bibiani didn't have to answer his 5, but you right there. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I feel like going into this match, you're kind of going to be like, oh, Bibiani's just going to absolutely dominate this guy.
Oh yeah.
But you gotta I feel like Bibiani was the one who said, like, these rookies are the real deal.
Yeah, and
they're strong and we need them here.
Yeah, and that's the thing we've said about, especially the rookie class coming in this season, is that these rookies aren't like, hey, I like movie trivia. Let me try my hand at this. Let me see what happens. These rookies coming in and it's like, no, I've been a fan for a long time.
I've been studying this game.
And I know the game coming in. I know movies coming in, and they know exactly what to do to be successful. And we've seen it. And you can't say that the rookie classes before them. It's just kind of like we said, like friends coming in and like, hey, you want to...
I think I can do this.
I think I can do this. You want to come in? I know you know movies.
But then this year, rookie class came in just before or like during the draft, like calling people out.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, I would dare say that this is the strongest rookie class we've ever seen in the movie trivia Schmoedown.
It's a big one too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
Gigantic rookie class. So, and like, this is one of the seasons where I just bumped my mic. Sorry.
How embarrassing.
Where like, who is going to be rookie of the year? And because this is going to be a real conversation we're going to have because there's a lot of rookies that are coming out and performing really well.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people have 1 or 2 specific knee-jerk reactions, but it's like,
let's wait.
I would wait until you see the whole list of nominations because there might be somebody that you're like, oh, I forgot about that person.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot that Griffey Nooms was like amazing. Oh, I forgot that Josh Horowitz. Yeah, he's been on a run. Like, I mean, I feel like it'd be hard to forget that, but I just feel like a lot of people their brain might immediately go to somebody that they're partial to and then see the nominations and be like, oh shoot, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be a tough go for that award, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Bibbs moves on to the next round. I can't remember who he faces though.
I do not remember. I don't have a bracket.
Yeah, we don't have a bracket.
And I don't remember if they said it. They probably did.
They did. It's just I can't remember who he has coming up next in the next round.
Yeah, so, I do not remember. And the other cool thing is that I know everyone, and maybe we'll get into this a little bit, but I know everyone's like ready to say, deuces forever to digital.
Oh, yeah.
But like, if we hadn't have digital, we may never have seen Jacob Blunden.
Exactly. And
so
that's the beauty
I think
of
that's
digital.
Pretty cool. So, yeah, the fact that he was able to get this opportunity without having to spend $5 gajillion to fly here,
out, yeah.
I think is pretty special.
It saves money for both the competitors and the production staff.
Exactly.
So it has its place. And
I have strong feelings about the digital era.
Does it have its? We'll get into the difference between the digital and in studio when we get to the main event. But like, there are clear like struggles that arise with digital.
Of course.
So
that's no one said there wouldn't be. Okay, our next match. We've got I got a text and I want to see what it said real quick. Very popular. It's group chat that you're into.
Yeah. My phone is silent though.
We've got Jader, the Hurricane Paramo of the Den, versus the Boston Badass Paige Frabetti of the Usual Suspects.
Coming off an impressive perfect game in her last go around.
That is correct. Round 1. Jader missed a question about Danny Boyle, Richard Linklater, and Tron Legacy. Paige missed the very last question, I think. It was about Robert Downey Jr. So 5-7, and a round 1 in favor of Paige. Round 2. Jader gets opponent's choice. Ugh.
No.
Yuck. Gets given Nora Ephron. He goes to multiple choice twice. Got them both.
I always think of
well done.
Of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's also Nora Ephron. Kill yourself.
I totally forgot. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is so funny. Such a good show.
What's his name? Always plays the same exact character, and I will not knock him for it.
Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah. He's just Rafi in different shows.
Exactly. But I will take it in any show I see it. Like, I will never turn down him playing that same role. Yeah, that's pretty much what he does in every show. Well, at least the shows I've seen him in. Paige spins 2010s. There was a challenge.
Oh, yeah, this one.
One of the answers was, she said, don't mess with the Zohan. Jader decided to challenge it and said that it should be, that the actual title of the movie is You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Zohan,
whatever.
The challenge was upheld. And I believe that Sam tried to argue benefit of the doubt in that she got the majority of the title, thus proving that she knew which movie it was. There's no other movie that's about messing with the Zohan. So she was able to demonstrate that she knew which movie it was. She just left off one word, blah, 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 knew 90% of the title, all that kind of stuff. Although the challenge was upheld and Jader got a whole brand new question for a steal opportunity for 2 points. And it did get stolen. They gave him a whole brand new question because Paige was like, but you don't mess with the Zohan. I said, don't mess with the Zohan. And so because the actual title was said out loud, they gave him a new question that he did get right and stole.
Yeah, and he's good in Nora Ephron, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, he did. No, this is 2010s.
Yeah.
His round was Nora Ephron. This steal was in 2010s.
Oh, it was? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so never mind.
This is Paige's round.
Okay,
that he stole from.
Sorry. Ignore me. But yeah, I do want to talk about this challenge because I do agree with the call because people want to say, benefit of that. Benefit of that is more towards like,
articles,
prepositions, spelling, pronunciation, and things like that. This doesn't apply in this case because I think it's in the rule book. The title should be almost exact minus articles. So unless it distinguishes it from another one of the similar title. That's the only time the needs to be there.
Right.
And in this case, it wasn't an article. It's an actual word. And I know we don't like bringing up past matches as the presidents.
And I think this is a tiny bit different, but go ahead.
This is a tiny bit different, but Clark Wolf lost on an answer when it was, she said South Side with me, and it was South Side with you, I believe.
Either that or the other way around.
Either that or the other way around. And it's like, that's pretty much the same thing that happened here. She left out the you, which is part of the title. That means you didn't get the title right.
Yeah,
and I know
it's a tiny bit different because she subbed out a word rather than just left it off. But I get what you're saying.
If benefit of the doubt wasn't the case with Clark Wolf, it's like, well, she knew the title. She just said me instead of you.
Right.
It's like, no, she got the title wrong. In this case, Paige didn't get the title right. And I know people are like, she clearly knew the movie. It's like, well,
I feel like, and I understand that she's on my faction, and I would love for her to have gotten the points.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they would have overruled this challenge, it would have set up a slippery slope of, but I was close enough.
This isn't the close enough league.
Yeah, no. I feel like that would have been. I feel like this was an important ruling for them to uphold it.
Yeah.
So, as much as I would love for her to have gotten the points, I do think it was the right call. And I would like to think that she would agree. In the moment, she's probably like, no, I knew it, but maybe after reflection, she's like, yeah, no, I get it. Especially considering the end result. But
but I think
it was important for this to happen.
Yeah, because it now it shows people it's like, yeah, you have to get it's like titles is one of those things like get it 100% right.
Yeah. Unless you leave off a the or an a.
Yeah, the and a.
Or something like
it's
that.
It's in the rule. And it's
an.
I'm just hitting everything today. It's in the rule book to where, this is the call. Yeah. And I'm glad that this is happening. And even Kate was even cited the rule books, like articles and prepositions. It's like she was missing an actual word. So I stand behind the call, and I think it was the correct call to make.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it would have been a slippery slope.
Yeah, you opened the door.
You gave it to Paige back then. You should give this one to me, and I was only this word. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I think they made the right choice.
It was just open up a can of worms. And
it was a tough ruling. I think maybe it was clear as day to them, but I think it was a sticky ruling because they both made decent arguments. But I think they did what they needed to do. Yeah. And then Paige did check down to multiple choice 2 more times, but got both of them in a nice recovery.
Yes.
After something that probably she wasn't crazy about happening.
Yeah, and that's the mark of a good player. Don't let things shake you. Shake it off, move along. You can't change what just happened.
You can't challenge the challenge result.
So just move forward with it and knock the rest of your questions out of the park.
The tables did get turned, though, because at the end of round 2, now it's 11-13 in favor of Jader now. Round 3, 2-pointer for Paige. 2000s. Who played the lead in the 2007 thriller Disturbia? Shia LaBeouf. Got it.
Just do it.
2-pointer for Jader. Wonder what he's up to nowadays.
I think he has another role coming up soon.
Just rocking it, I'm sure.
I can't remember.
Steven Spielberg executive produced and wrote the original story for what 1985 adventure film in which a group of kids go on a search for treasure?
Goonies.
The Goonies.
Which you have not seen.
I have not seen it. That's we've talked about this. Shuffle.
Yeah, we've talked about
it. Hey, you guys. Yeah, no, haven't seen that. It almost seems kind of Sandlot-y.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of.
In a way, yeah.
I like the Sandlot.
Yeah, I think you would like it. If you like The Sandlot, I think you would like this one. It's a good movie. I like it.
One day. I don't know. 3-pointer for Paige. Coming of age for Paige. Who plays Logan Lerman? Friend of, I'm guessing, Patrick in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Who is this? The Flash himself? Ezra Miller.
I almost said Ezra Bridger.
I did too.
And you even watched Rebels.
I know. Yeah, no, I almost fell into that trap. Got it. 3-pointer for Jader. He gets disaster. What Oscar-winning actor plays General Ford, who Dustin Hoffman's character reports to in 1995's Outbreak? Morgan Freeman. Got it. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned back-and-forth volley here, ladies and gentlemen.
Slugfest. Boom, boom. I get it. You get it.
5-pointer for Paige. Here we go. New releases. Which Game of Thrones actor voices Phil Betterman, the patriarch of the Bettermans, who had a history with Guy's parents in the film The Croods: A New Age? Peter Dinklage.
I think he's like the ultimate fallback for like, what?
If they say Game of Thrones actor, if you don't know it, maybe go with Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, just guess Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much, it's pretty much the
Because didn't he just come up for like Bateman?
He did.
In like a Thor. No, was it Bateman? Was it Thor?
Yeah, it was a Thor question. I think it was the Innergeekdom match this week. Was that?
I don't know why I'm associating that with Bateman. I don't know. Who knows?
I think it might have been the Jesse Parker match that came
Maybe. Up. It was somebody. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay. 5-pointer. Oh, she got it right. 5-pointer for Jader. Yeah, because why would that come up in a singles match? I mean, it could, but
it
doesn't really come up a lot like that. IG type things. 5-pointer for Jader. Meryl Streep, and the crowd erupted into a frenzy. In what film does the New York Post refuse the bribes offered by a man named Sir Bayfield? I'm not sure if it's Bayfield or Bayfield, and it was just spelled wrong on the screen. Bayfield. I don't know. I was going to look it up, and then I didn't. And ends up writing a damning review of Meryl's character's performance. He missed it.
He said The Post.
Florence Foster Jenkins. That's a movie title?
Yep.
Wow. He did miss it. So with that, 18-21 in favor favor of Miss Frabetti moving on to the next round of the singles tournament.
Good match.
Oh boy.
Yeah. 5-pointer, man. That's what got him.
Yeah. I definitely, yeah.
It was a hard fight because I heard Meryl Streep paper
New York
review,
Post.
New York Post.
The Post.
The Post. That's what I thought.
I had no guess.
Yeah.
The Devil Wears Prada.
I don't know. Fries.
I don't know. Fries.
Yeah, we eat fries.
Stupid. But yeah, no. A well matched up match.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was definitely a lot of back and forth. Mm-hmm. Jader.
It was
just a tough break.
Yeah, man, he continues to impress me. Like another one with like I always love to cheer for Jader because like it's the the fans' dream. Get plucked out of obscurity. Keep getting invited back to matches.
Doing well.
Doing well. You can track the improvement through his matches and again either wins or learning opportunities, and learning opportunities make you a better competitor. Mm-hmm. So he knows where he has to brush up, and he knows where he's good. So and that was it was he got a big 2-point steal, even though it's like, oh, I knew that one. You got to give me another question. He knew it. He knew that question, so it was a good performance by him.
Yeah, that was scary for a moment.
Yeah,
and Paige, I can speak firsthand that this woman.
Oh yeah,
she is determined. I can't speak for Jader because I'm not in on their sessions, but like I can tell you firsthand that Paige is that's a woman with determination and drive. Yeah. Like she's committed.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful to see that kind of a thing pay off for somebody when you and I know that I only am seeing probably a fraction of what she's doing. Mm-hmm. So it is rewarding for me as a bystander to see that pay off for her. So I'm sure that, and apart from the fact that she does well in her matches and puts in a lot of hard work behind the scenes, the fact that she comes out with such a strong personality too is something that I'm like, get it.
Yeah.
Good for you. And I just can't get over her hair. I feel it's just like, teach me your ways. I don't know. But yeah, no, I love watching her play. She's got a wonderful personality, super nice girl, and she's doing well. So I'm excited to see who she faces next. I'm honestly not sure who she faces
I'm not
next.
Neither.
So, and I know that Jader's coming back, or at least I'd like to hope he does.
I think so too. He's had a pretty good season. You know, this is his sophomore season.
Yeah.
And you can't say that for other competitors in his faction.
And
sophomore slump is a different thing for some people.
This guy could be your sleeper.
Exactly.
Because he is like kind of sneaky good. And in the off season, he has some time now, it seems. Mm-hmm. If he keeps on studying with his faction, studying with the teams and his faction, other singles players, blah, 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 he could be a real sleeper next year.
Yeah, and the singles division is a little different than the other ones because the tournaments are going on, but like pay-per-views are still continuing to be a thing. We've seen other matches last season where the pay-per-views happen and then they get this one random out of tournament singles match. That was the who was it? I think it was the Video Drew and Janine and Machine match. Did they play last year? It was one of those, and I was like, whoa, okay, Janine got a match, Video Drew got a tournament match. And like you can see those are the singles. I don't see that happening with the IG and Star Wars outside of the tournament. So who knows? He might get a match in one of the pay-per-views coming up.
Never know.
So,
but yeah, no, excellent match. It was a slugfest at the very end. Okay, we got ourselves a pay-per-view.
Ooh.
Can't really call it the overcard because it wasn't over anything. Yeah. So it was just the main event.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Versus, I believe.
I don't know which one is which. We've got a big match. We've got a singles title match. A studio from the Scum and Villainy Cantina,
which is really cool.
I had no idea that was owned by JC Reifenberg, who is the current Star Wars champion of the FCL. I had no idea. What a fun connection.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That was cool.
Now it's like that would be great for that to become like the official movie trivia Schmoedown bar.
How cool would that be?
And you partner with them. It's like, hey man, you stream the pay-per-views on one of the monitors, and people are like, what is that?
Get Captain Morgan in again. It's a bar. Get like some vodka, I don't know.
Cool. That would be awesome to have that kind of like partnership. And it's like, hey man, just show our matches on the screen, on like one random screen.
That'd be great.
Especially the pay-per-views. That'd be great to have, and just have pay-per-view parties.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I just wonder, like, for that, do they, like, rent the place out for the night so it's only, like, Schmoedown people? I'd imagine.
You'd have to.
Because I imagine other, like, commoners that were just there for a good time would probably be like, what in the hell is I'm trying to vibe here. What are all these cameras? So yeah, I imagine it would have to be like a closed event. I don't know. But we are destined to go to the Scum and Villainy one day.
Oh yeah, no, I want to go there.
It's absolutely in the cards. It's just a matter of when. Okay. So we've got the challenger. Ethan Big Time Irwin of The Usual Suspects versus Dangerous Dan Murrell of The Dungeon. Two terrifying competitors. So, round 1. Ethan missed a question about Val Kilmer. Dan got a perfect round and got the bonus.
Ooh, dangerous for a reason.
7-9 in favor of Dan at the end of round 1. Keep in mind, this is a fiver. This is a 5-rounder here. Round 2. Ethan spins the 70s, decides to stick with it. Multiple choice, one time, missed it. Oh God, stolen.
Yeah.
A little nervous.
The gap widens. That's never good.
Little nervous here. But then again, like we said, it's not over until it's over.
It's only 5 rounds.
5 rounds. Dan goes. He spins away from directors and gets directors again. Multiple choice one time. Missed it. Stolen right back.
Ooh.
So the gap stays the same. 14-16 in favor of Dan. Round 3, we got ourselves a betting round. Dan spins Halle Berry. They both bet 3, and in a shocking turn of events, they both missed it.
I almost never see this ever in the betting round.
It must have been a hard question. I feel like it was how many times was she in this one movie?
Oh,
question.
It was franchise. Was it?
Franchise or one movie? Yeah. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Don't worry about it.
Ethan
like I always say,
I remember Ethan was one off. It was 6. Ethan said 5.
I think they were both on the beat. I think they were both on either side of the answer. I feel like.
No, Dan said 3. Ethan said 5. It was 6.
Oh, I thought it was like in the middle of their answers.
No.
Oh, my bad. Mm-hmm. But yeah, with losing those 3 points, but it was a wash because they both bet and lost the same thing. 11-13 in favor of Dan. Round 4. We've got ourselves a good old-fashioned buzzer speed round.
So let's see the buzzers.
A lot of debate going on about this now. A lot of hot debate going on about this now. I'm guessing... Well, I'll bite my tongue for now.
Yeah.
Ethan went on a tear, and he got the first 4 correct. And there's only 5 questions, of course. He got the first 4 correct. Dan got the last one correct. So with that, now we got ourselves 14-15 in favor of Ethan.
Oof.
Heading into final round, round 5, the championship round. 2-pointer for Dan. Horror. What film first gave us the image of blood pouring out of an elevator? The Shining. Got it.
I wrote a paper on that.
2-pointer for Ethan. The 1980s. Who directed 1980s Raging Bull? Martin Scorsese. A huge Marvel stan. Got it right. By the way, I hate the term stan.
Yeah, me too.
I cannot stand it. I think it's the dumbest thing.
With stan.
So triggered right now. I cannot. I hate it. I hate that term so bad.
Yeah. Like we didn't. That's not art. Is that a millennial thing?
Well, it came from a song from our age. It came from that Eminem song, Stan, about an obsessive, creepy fan that stalked the person that he loved. Well, not, I mean, like a celebrity.
Yeah.
I don't
know, like, you know what I mean? Is it like, was it like
invented and perpetuated by the millennials?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or Gen Z?
Yeah.
I don't know who birthed it, but I hate it either way.
There's so many other things that, we're becoming old, but like Gen Zs say that I was like, shut up.
That could be another conversation for another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Good conversation.
For another time. But I can't stand it.
That should be the tagline of Rad. It's a great conversation.
For another time.
For another time.
Yeah. The tagline, yeah. Yeah, no, I hate it. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I just 3-pointer for Dan. Oh, he got it. I don't know if I said that. Yeah. He got it. 3-pointer for Dan. Scores and soundtracks. What legendary Western film composer composed the following 80s movies? The Mission, The Untouchables, and Cinema Paradiso. Assuming that's how you say it. If you say it, Paradiso. Ennio Morricone. I don't know if that's how you say that name, but I'm going to assume it, if I say it again, like Morricone. He got it.
Tell you what.
Got it right. 3-pointer for Ethan, 2000s. Jason Biggs, Allison Hannigan. There you go. You already know what franchise we're in.
Yeah.
Flutes and stuff, am I right? Jason Biggs, Allison Hannigan, January Jones, and Fred Willard all appear in which 2003 comedy sequel? So you can't just get the franchise. American Wedding, got it. Down to the fivers. 5-pointer for Dan, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise played a cocky character named Vincent Loria in what 1986 film? The Color of Money. Got it.
No, the money.
I'm not taking the bait. I cannot do a quiet Watto impression.
You couldn't do it in your match, but fans know it.
I can't do it quietly. And every time we're in this room, there's a child sleeping in the very next room. And I'm not waking up my child being Watto.
You'd think I'd move my office to the other room, so there's 2 walls separating us, but
You would think.
this is the larger of the other 2 rooms.
Whatever. And there's already too much garbage to move.
Yeah.
So
it looks clean in here.
It looks clean from this vantage point, but
It's not.
from my angle, it makes me itch.
Yeah, I need to go through this weekend.
You never get in a reverse
tidy
angle of
this room
this room. No way.
Follow me on TikTok. Maybe I'll put it on TikTok.
No,
Hey, here's the
please. This makes me itch. I wish
what the viewer sees.
I wish
what
I
we
knew
see.
what you did and didn't need, because I would go through this room and
I
throw
can
away.
totally-
I love throwing things away. Purging feels so good. Anyways, 5-pointer for Ethan. It all comes down to this. There we go.
Here we go.
Action adventure. What film director? No. What? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and assume that this was supposed to be what film. What?
Voices text didn't back you up on this one?
Oh, okay. Maybe it was what film by director? Maybe I'm just missing the word by.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's what it is. What film by director Andrew Davis stars Keanu Reeves as a man on the run after being framed for treason and murder?
Murder.
Chain reaction, and he got it.
Ooh.
With that, 24-25. Ethan Irwin is our new singles champion of the world.
Man, what a match, man. It all came down to that speed. That
Ethan
speed
crushed
round is
it.
what got him the match.
Crushed
and
it.
I don't know if Dan had said this, like his reaction time just isn't as fast as he wants it to be.
Yeah. Like his brain might be there, but his reaction isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know where he said that, but I heard that he said
Yeah,
that.
and there's I've only competed in one type of speed round, so I only speak to the fast money, but there's benefits to both, but and just like the difference between studio and digital. I love the flow of studio matches because now there's none of this, and I think who's talked about this? I think Dan and Ben Bateman have talked about this on the Action Guys or Action Industries, whatever their Sunday show is. And they're like, yeah, the game just flows so different. You don't have to play the game, the stupid code words in the games of, if we spin on it again, I'm not mad about it.
If we spin away, but if we get it again, I'm not going to be mad. I'm comfortable. I like it.
It's like you can like
just spin away.
just
get it over with.
Take 2 seconds with your manager, like, well, let's spin away, and then spin it again. So,
And also, I know that Bateman was like, it's also so liberating to be able to talk to my manager and not have anybody else hear what we're saying.
exactly, and that's another thing between digital and studio is like, we have studio allows for so much more flexibility with scheduling and stuff like that, but you also get a lot of talking.
In digital?
In digital.
Yeah.
So much talking in digital.
Mm-hmm.
And then the studio matches come up, it's like, boom, 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 boom. Next
It's a
round, next round,
quick-paced
next round. I'm
match.
like, oh my God, I love this. This is what the Schmoedown is. Very little talking. Focus on the match itself, and then you can focus on character work after and before the matches, and the promos. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and if you're ballsy enough to do it in the midst of a match, good for you.
Good for you. But I love the flow of the game in live event and studio because it just makes it for far more energy. And I think, and that's why the whole no challenging the fast money round comes up.
Which I have my own feelings about.
I have my own feelings about, but I get it. I get it, and especially after watching a live title match, 5-rounder in studio match. Again, we've had 2 in the past couple of weeks, and it's like, yep, I get it. There's a distinct flow to a Schmoedown match, and this is it. The digital is great, but it's just like all right, how many times are we going to say like,
The same
it's
thing.
not my, it's the same thing from every single competitor when they get a slice they don't want. It's
I mean, we're just focusing on round 2, but yeah.
but the stuff like that, and especially in teams, it's like, oh, you don't want to show your cards. How do you not show your cards?
Yeah.
And,
Digital has probably been the hardest on the teams division.
yeah.
That sucks to have to be like, I don't know, like that championship match between Shazam and Corruption. Obviously Shazam was going to miss the Coco question, but at least we wouldn't have had to see them go,
I don't know.
It could have at least been like, oh, maybe they were going back and forth between a guitar and a bell. Who knows?
Yeah.
But to have to just bare your soul and be like, oh, I don't know, Brendan. I don't know.
And also there's a lot of talking in digital. And the whole like, oh man, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well. It's like we don't see that anymore. We see the matches just like, get on with it. Get to the next round.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I prefer this over. There are so clear benefits to digital, but this is the way Schmoedown is meant to be.
But I will defend the digital matches.
Oh, yeah.
And I will die on this hill that with the return of studio matches, I feel like there's a lot of people like, oh, screw digital, get it out of here. And they're like talking so much about it. And it's like, give credit where it's due. And I know I've said this before, but I will say it a million times and die on this hill. Christian had to do it.
Yeah.
Either you deal with digital or you don't get Schmoedown.
Yeah. And who knows? We might have to stick with digital with the way things are going right now.
Well, if people keep being fucking morons and not washing their hands and taking care of their stuff.
Getting vaccinated. We might have to go back to digital again.
Who knows? It's nice to know that the option is there, but it just kind of burns my butt a little bit when people start talking a lot of crap about digital, and it's like Christian had to do it.
Yeah.
He had to pivot, or we might not have gotten any Schmoedown. And if we didn't get any Schmoedown, who knows what that would have done for the business?
No, if we didn't have digital, Schmoedown would have died.
It might have.
It just would have gone by the wayside. It's like, oh, well, that was a fun time.
How do you start back up after a year? And then again, it might have been a year plus, because here we are a year plus, and we're still doing digital matches. So it kind of grinds my gears, and I'm sure that some people don't mean it that way, but I get kind of like protective over the Schmoedown and annoyed when I'm like, Christian had to make the decision. He had to pivot, but whatever. I am happy the studio is back because it does
it feels like
Schmoedown.
Yeah,
but pay respect to the fact that he did what he had to do.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah,
that's how I feel.
Congratulations to Ethan Irwin, 2-time singles champion.
Oh my God!
So
Ethan and Dan are two of the scariest players in the game,
and for two very distinct reasons. Ethan seems like it's just this natural,
innate knowledge.
Yeah,
like how do you just go into? He just always seems so loose. He always seems so. I mean, we've seen it happen like 2 of his past matches where his opponent was answering their 5, and he was like, or he was answering whatever. It came down to the last 5, and he was like, "Congratulations!" And and he won, and they got it wrong.
Like, oh, okay.
he's so loose. He plays it so comfortable, and he's very humble.
Oh yeah.
And he's such a unique player in that sense that he's just like, he seems so loose, but he competes at such a high level.
Yeah.
And Dan has always been terrifying.
Yeah, and in a very different way too, because like you go back to like season 2, season 3 Dan, very different from this Dan. This Dan seems to like had added on top of everything. He's very knowledgeable about film, but then he figured out a way to navigate the game and evolve
and the
with
evolution
it.
Of the
and
game,
then eventually he's evolved along with the game so
yeah.
much that like he's seen every single scenario. He's been knocked out. He's had huge comeback wins. He's had TKO wins. He's had so many. He's won and lost in every single way possible.
Title wins, title defenses, title losses.
Yeah,
so he's experienced it all and done it all.
Yeah, so like there's nothing really you can do to Dan to shake him because I know he probably came out of that speed round like, and just went back to it. It's like
probably
yeah,
because anything could happen.
Yeah, he was only down a couple points, so. Yeah, and he goes into the tournament, and it's like, oh, sorry for those guys.
Not sure who he's gonna go up against, but that's a rough seeding.
That's a rough go. Yeah.
So yeah, it's. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I really want to see this bracket so badly for the singles tournament.
And the suspects, you guys are on a roll right now.
It's been things have been going well.
Out of your couple of past matches, you've only lost what, once?
IG.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember every single match to happen, but
Yeah,
it's been
your
going
guys'
well.
last loss was an IG match, but for the most part, you guys have been you're in what, third now?
I think at the moment, yeah. So yeah, no, things have been going well, and Ethan is a beast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and they have a big match coming up against Final Exam.
And a number one contender match for teams.
So we could very well possibly see another double belted champion in the next coming months.
Well, Ethan.
We'll see what happens.
Ethan's got a lot on his plate right now. He just won the belt. This week, he's got an IG match debut coming up. Like what? And then he's got a number one contender match for teams.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this?
If Ethan is able to beat Paul Oyama in an IG match, he has to immediately come into the conversation of Player of the Year.
I think it would be hard not to.
You couldn't look at it like, oh yeah, Ethan's like, no, he's successful in 3. He just won the singles title from the guy that everybody is arguably. Everybody says, yeah, Dan Murrell is the best to ever play the game. And then you go into a special division that you never really ever expressed interest in competing in.
Yeah, it's just kind of left field.
And if he does well on that, depending on how the win goes, and then you're also in contention for the team's belt, and you're on a path to the King Team's belt, and you're in a number one contender match. So it's like, I mean, come on, man. He's having a fantastic year.
Yeah. Well, and it remains to be seen what's going to happen in those future matches. But the fact that he's even got these opportunities is just... Ethan's on his own level.
He's becoming that player because Dan is already there. He's always in that title conversation.
Oh, Dan,
at the beginning of the season, he's like, "Yep, Dan's going for the title." I was like, "Yeah, that seems right." Yeah.
Yeah. Dan only plays in title matches. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I don't mean to say that Ethan Irwin's on like a level of his own to say that like he's above Dan. Like no, Dan's always been on his own level. Now Ethan's just on his own level. So I would. Is this this is not the first time they played each other.
No.
So this is the second time?
This is, I think, the second or third.
I don't
second
know.
or third time they've played each other.
In any case, I would love to see the next version of this, the sequel, the next sequel to this, because
it could happen.
It very well could. Dan is, I mean, there's a reason why they call him dangerous.
Yeah, no matter how many times he loses, no matter what fashion he loses, he always finds himself back in this situation of, yep, he's going for the title again.
He'll be back soon enough.
He'll be back.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah. So, fantastic week, fantastic title match. That was a nail biter of a title match.
It sure was.
And to have it it was a little strange with the mask.
But I respect it. I think California has like a new thing where they have to do it indoors now.
Yeah, they're ramping up their restrictions again. I wish our state was like that. Florida, am I right?
Am I right? Yeah, no. I mean, I didn't mind it.
It was a little strange, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I didn't think it was strange.
I'd rather than be safe than
exactly. Yeah. I didn't think it was strange for a second. Yeah. I was like, okay, mad respect.
Yeah, but so let's get into this week's message really quick.
Yes.
Before we get out of here.
So it looks like we've got 3 matches. We have, like we were saying, we've got an Innergeekdom round 1 match between Paul Primetime Sayuclux Oyama of Swag versus Ethan Big Time Irwin of the Usual Suspects.
Let's see how this goes.
Lord help us. And the winner of that will go on to face Robert Spider Parker, as we learned earlier. Then on Thursday, we've got a singles tournament round 1 match between Griffey Nooms of the Finstock Exchange versus Video Drew of the Dungeon.
It's going to be a very interesting match to watch.
Cannot wait. 2 personalities that is just like, yes. Yes. I do wish that this match was in the studio because the energy in that room would be so weird and wonderful.
I would love every second of it.
It would be so good.
So good.
But I'm sure even with digital, they're going to make it work. Yeah. And then on Friday the 13th.
Forgot about that.
Whoops. Friday, August 13th, we have another singles tournament round 1 match between Ben the Boss Bateman of the Dungeon versus Scary Perry Nemiroff.
Can she play upset
of the Quirky Mercs? Can she do it again?
Can she do it again? Can she upset a top tier competitor again?
Oh,
we'll see.
But, this has definite echoes of Kalinowski Nemiroff, so we'll see what happens. That one has been taped in studio, so that'll be fun to see that dynamic because I feel like Ben tends to shine more in person than on digital. I feel like that's just where he's comfortable. Because he gets to do whatever games he wants to do.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see what happens in that match. So I think that's what we got for this week.
Excellent. So we'll go ahead and wrap up here. Nicki Dimalanta, Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA, on TikTok at Drew_Dimalanta. If you're listening to us on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us. Thank you very much.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner and see when we do things on YouTube.
Other things we do on this channel is Radcast. One just went up this past weekend. I really liked that conversation. That was a very
I forgot what we talked about.
We talked about jobs.
Right.
I am Job.
I am Job. If anybody knows what movie that is a reference to, you get a gold star.
Put it in the comments, people.
I am Job. Oh, man. If anybody gets that, you get a virtual fist bump, high five, elbow bump.
Put it in the comment section when they say it. You put the emojis.
I will. If somebody gets it right, they deserve it.
We'll see. But thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.